Today we hear of the most wonderful event in history, Jesus' resurrection from death. We read in Mark 16. Now when the Sabbath was past, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome brought spices that they might come and anoint him. Very early in the morning on the first day of the week, they came to the tomb when the sun had risen, and they said among themselves, "Who will roll away the stone from the door of the tomb for us?" But when they looked up, they saw that the stone had been rolled away, for it was very large. And entering the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a long white robe sitting on the right side, and they were alarmed. But he said to them, "Do not be alarmed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth, who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. But go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you into Galilee. There you will see him as he said to you." So they went out quickly and fled from the tomb, for they trembled and were amazed. And they said nothing to anyone, for they were afraid. Now when Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 demons. She went and told those who had been with him, as they mourned and wept. And when they heard that he was alive and had been seen by her, they did not believe. After that he appeared in another form to 2 of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it to the rest, but they did not believe them either. Later he appeared to the 11 as they sat at the table, and he rebuked their unbelief and hardness of heart, because they did not believe those who had seen him after he had risen. And he said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He who believes and is baptized will be saved, but he who does not believe will be condemned." There's only one word I want to talk to you about today, and that is the word gospel. You have, I'm sure, heard the word gospel, but do you know what it means? Gospel means good news. You've probably heard lots of good news in your life. Maybe you heard the good news that Grandma and Grandpa were coming, or that you won first place in some contest. That is good news. But what we heard in our text was the gospel. It is the good news. It is the greatest good news. It's the best good news. And Jesus wants all people to know this good news. What good news? That Jesus is risen from death. Why is that good news? Because Jesus risen from death means that our sins are forgiven, that we have a place in heaven. Those who believe that are saved. Like Jesus, they will rise from death to everlasting life. And so our passage of this week is Romans 10, verse 9. If you confess with your mouth Jesus as Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved. Can you say that with me? If you confess with your mouth Jesus as Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you shall be saved.